Hello, Aries. Thank you very much for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. For supportive oracle cards, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Okay. Where are we going? Oh, well, all right. Aries. Okay. All right. So your side, you got the King of Wands on your side, which for Aries is a great card in my opinion, because that's strength, that's fire, that's leadership. I feel the need to say this. When it comes to King and Queen, I view them as equal. It's just about the way they're doing things, but they're both of equal power. So don't get caught up in the gender. But this thing is, you're taking the leadership role. You're taking action forward. You're taking forceful action forward. But you're also listening, and you're very intent on what's going on around you with the Page of Swords. Now, there's an interesting energy. Like, I feel like this is like, that seems to be, this is almost feeling like you kind of have, you're listening, but there's also somebody like trying to help you. Somebody's trying to like give you guidance or trying to give you a heads up. It's either guidance and or heads up about what's going on around you. Somebody's trying to keep you informed. This is good to listen to this person. Because I'm feeling somebody's like, you're feeling like this person's a gossip. For some of you, I feel like you're feeling this person's a gossip, but they're not. Well, they have good information. Let's just cut it to the quick. They do have good information for you. Information that's going to assist you. You really need to know some of the things they know. You need to know to make this work out to your best benefit. It's important. Like, hearing this person out may be kind of like a little bit aggravating. I feel they're on your side, but it's almost like you're looking at them like they're a little bit gossipy, and you're just kind of like, eh. But they have information you need to have real success here, and they feel like that's kind of a thing. Some of you are okay with it, but I'm feeling there's a few of you actually, that are kind of like, all right, let's just calm down with the chatty chat here. But you need to know. You need to know something that they're telling you. They're an ally for you, at least at the moment. That might be part of it too, because you're kind of like, that's a double-edged sword, this one. At this moment, they're your ally. Okay, we're not going to go crazy with that. I know it's a general read. Because I also see it right below, you got the Hierophant, or is this the High Priest? The High Priest. Trying to balance out what you're hearing, trying to stick with what you already said you were going to do, but trying to be realistic about this. I feel like you're taking it as if it's gossip. And I don't blame you, but I'm like, some of it is really rooted in fact, and you got to find out what's real and what's not. Because something here, like that person at Page of Swords, is giving you a heads up. At this point, they're on your side. And you got to kind of discern like what is real and what is not here. Because there's somebody else on the other side, which ironically, the King of Swords is usually a good ally for the King of Wands. Communication and action, air and fire usually work well together. But the Four of Cups is here saying the reason the King of Swords is not really your best buddy at this point, and don't get caught up in the genders, because they're not happy with where things are going. And I feel like this is what the Page of Swords is trying to tell you, that the King of Swords is not happy. And they're trying to give you this heads up, like, be aware, like, you're going to have an obstacle coming up, and the King of Swords is not an easy person to dissuade. They're just as strong as you are. They won't back down if they don't want to. They'll find different ways around you if they need to. And they're not happy with this outcome. They're not happy where things are going. And the Page of Swords is trying to give you a heads up about that. So be aware of that. Now, where is this going? I don't know what he's barking at today. There must be an animal out there. Sorry about that. Where this is going, because I feel like there is a degree of negotiations going on here. And I feel you're trying to work it out You know where you want to go. You're very strong about this is where this needs to go, and this is why. But the King of Swords is not really happy about this. Not really a fan of what's going on or how things are going. There's the Four of Cups is like, there's a lot of good here that you can get on their side with that. Like, this is good, that's good, that's good. And they're like, yeah, this is all good. But this is what means something to me. This is what I don't like. This is what I want to change. And there's difficulty with that. It's just, there's a bit of communication going back and forth. And I feel like you're getting aggravated that things are more, like, there's a lot of error, there's a lot of talk, but there's not a lot of do. There's not a lot of moving forward. And you're like, I'm sick of just standing around here talking about this. Let's do something. What I see is happening here, and you might not see it coming, is the Eight of Cups is kind of like, I feel like there's a peaceful parting of ways. Because this is becoming a stalemate. I don't feel like, I feel like it's a peaceful parting of ways. It's almost like, all right, you do that, you got to do over there. I'm going to go my way and do this over here my way. I do feel like there's a peaceful parting of ways. And I'm noticing the Seven of Pentacles is going your way, the Eight of Pentacles is going their way. When I'm seeing the Eight of Cups is what's, like, it's kicking it off, the Eight of Cups is kicking this off, I'm not sure you're realizing how much this is going to put a wedge between the two of you. Because I literally feel like you're planning and they're like, all right, I'm going to have to do this on my own or without the King of Swords energy. I'm going to have to go forward and, make up for that on my own and find other people to fit in or do it myself, one of the two. And you're thinking about, all right, how am I going to make up for this lost energy? The King of Swords has the Eight of Pentacles. The difference here, this is like, to me, it's like really looking at a situation and possibly permanently like taking flight and just going off on their own and just leaving you as is. It still feels like a peaceful moving on, but I feel like the King of Swords is more looking like, it's almost like they don't really want to work with you anymore. They want control. And if you're going to stand in their way, they're going to find a way just to not work with you anymore. Thing is, it's not bitter when you're parting. You're parting peacefully, but it's almost like the King of Swords is like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. They don't want to go back and forth on this anymore either. They're looking like, and they got balance here, which is kind of, don't get caught up in the sign, but it could kind of denote like Libra. You got balance, you got the King of Swords. It could kind of have a Libra feel with it. That type of energy. They're moving on. They're heading towards the Death card. Like, they're literally disconnecting from you, and they don't plan to work with you again. I feel like this is an issue because when I see on your side, you have creation. Whatever that void is, that King of Swords is walking away and leaving you on your own, and they're just literally stepping away. It's like a peaceful parting, but they're literally like, I'm not wanting to do this ever again. That's their attitude, is what I'm feeling on their side. On your side, you've got creation with the Ten of Wands, and I feel like this is saying you have to find another energy to supplement this. You could do this on your own for a while, but sooner or later you need to find another person, you have to find another person is what I'm really getting, to make up for that difference. Like, somebody else has to hold up the other half there. It's kind of like, I don't want to use the pallbearer thing, but it's like, you can't carry it all by yourself. Let's put it that way. Somebody has to hold the other side. It's like trying to drag a dresser. You can pull it so far, but it's a lot of work, and you're going to leave marks on the floor. You need somebody else to hold the other side because you're going up like a hill or something. You need somebody else to take up that spot. And I feel like creation with the Ten of Wands is like finding somebody else to be a good balance with you is a challenge. I feel like the heads up with this is to say that this other person is getting ready to leave your life. Like, the Death card is there. This person is looking to leave your life. They're not looking to work with you again. And I feel like the Page of Swords is trying to help you see this before it happens. And this, because the sooner you realize it, the sooner you identify it, the sooner you can start looking for a replacement. Because the way this is naturally unfolding is like you're not looking for a replacement until it's painfully obvious that the King of Swords has left and is not going to work with you again. Whoever, like, don't get caught up in the gender, of course, but like the way this is naturally going, you're not looking for a replacement until you're sure that's over, and that's why it feels like that's actually why it's so stressful. It's because you're waiting till then, and you're like, well, all right, I guess I have to, so here we go, I'll take care of it now. If you listen to the Page of Swords in the beginning, like, and I feel like that's the gossip part, they're saying, no, the King of Swords really doesn't want to work with you anymore. The King of Swords is going to look for an out. They've been talking about it, they don't want to work with you. They're warning you. You might be getting along on the outside, but on the inside, they don't want to work with you anymore. If you take that to heart at this point and start looking for a replacement at that point, this gets a lot easier for you. I feel like it's shorter lived. It's like you're almost pulling this in this sooner with the Ten of Wands, kind of like the Ten of Wands, instead of being at the end like, oh my gosh, I gotta find somebody. It's a lot of work. I can do it, but it's putting a lot of pressure on. It's coming in earlier, kind of like, am I doing the right thing? It's a lot of pressure to do this. I don't really want to kick out the King of Swords before they're due. It's a different feel, but it's you're still going to have to deal with the Ten of Wands is what I'm getting. It's just, it works out easier in the long run is what I'm getting. So they're saying when you see this, when that King of Swords, or that Knight of Swords, Page of Swords, if I can say the right one, starts telling you, giving you a heads up, like the King of Swords is looking for his out, take it for what it really is and start planning accordingly right away. Things go better for you. You still have a little stress. It's just different when it comes in, but in the long run, it's a lot easier. Things go a lot more smoothly. Plus, you can start looking for somebody who's going to go your way more than not, so that it might be easier to find somebody going that you can fit in that is more agreeable to the way you're looking at things anyway. All right, and that's what we got. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.